Well, he seems to be okay at this point. That's the most important part. He was, I'm assuming, relieved once he saw more and more people arrive to the scene, making him feel not like he was alone at a point, because at one point this was empty, and now we're talking about more than 25 people here trying to do this rescue. But right now he's wearing a life jacket, and he's wearing still the backpack that he took with him. But of course, in any scenario, just try to get out of it as soon as possible, leave everything behind. But he was able to get his backpack with him. And right now they're trying to pull in that extra ladder that they got from the other truck back up. And then hopefully everyone gets out of harm's way safely right now in a few moments. But they seem to try to figure out how the best way for him to come down out of the truck and everyone out of the situation, of course. But we are looking at more and more people gather in this scenario, in this area. But if you are coming towards Pin Road, avoid this area, because we don't want more people to get involved in this situation. And as we mentioned, he's coming down right now. They're coming up with a plan for him to come down safely, of course. And the vehicle that he was on top of is just completely, you can almost not see it at this point. But they're bringing down all the equipment. Everyone's coming down, but we are still seeing a lot of debris in the fast-moving water. The lightning is gone for a moment, but it was strong for a few moments a while ago. No, at this point, we're trying to figure out more information, but just at the beginning of this, officials said that they would provide more details because this is their priority right now. And as we see right now, they seem to be backing away from the scene. So at this point, we think that there's no one else in that vehicle. But of course, we'll probably get more details on the situation later on. Okay. Yeah, at this. Yeah, at this point. Yeah, at this point, they're just talking to him, asking him questions about how he feels. They're going to check him out here at the EMS truck. But he was out there, as we mentioned, more than 30 minutes out there because this moving water got him stuck right there in the middle of the road. We weren't able to talk to him right now because, of course, his safety and how he's feeling right now is very important. And but right now, we are seeing that the crews are backing away from the water. The vehicle is still in the moving waters, and of course the barricades are up, so if you are in this area, try to avoid it as much as possible. Okay. Can we talk to someone really quick? Can we talk to you on camera?
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Why don't we try?
This will be real quick.
Let's try to get everybody together so that we're not all standing up all the time with that.
Okay. Live interview. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, at this point, the fire teams are getting ready to leave the scene, but we are getting ready to do an interview here with an official with the fire department. So let's take a listen to what he has to say here in just a few moments.
Hang on, they're all scooping in. Somebody's jacket.
So can you tell us the condition of the gentleman that was stuck on top of the roof? Right
He's okay, a little embarrassed at getting stuck out there. He had about a 45-minute wait. I can imagine that was pretty nerve-wracking. In the time we were here, the water came up over a foot. This is a very bad spot. It's very difficult, as y'all could tell from what we were doing. It requires the ladders and the boats. We're fortunate that we got the ladder far enough back in the water that we could reach him.
So we saw here the rescue teams. Tell us about that. What techniques did they actually use today?
So what y'all didn't see, because it didn't have to go into play, was our rescue teams, our water rescue teams, are some of the best in the nation. We put a boat downstream. The thought was maybe we want to put a boat upstream, but because of the amount of water, if that boat goes downstream, it's going to be bad. So the thought was if the ladder couldn't reach him, we'd get a life jacket to him, get a rope to him, and have him jump, and then the boat would get him downstream.
We were here since the very beginning, and we saw there was not this fast-moving water, and the level of this water. How fast do these waters move at some point?
Well, most of this in here can move anywhere from 5 miles to 14 miles an hour. Right now, it's probably running 14 to 16. We had just left another water rescue on the other side of 151 on this same creek, which wasn't quite as daring as this one, but it was still pretty dramatic. And both of these spots are known water hazards. We know we're going to come to these when we have these flash floods.
Now, we saw the vehicles stranded there, but we also saw your vehicles, the fire department's vehicles, quickly get into the water in safely, but obviously not every vehicle can hold that type of
No, and this vehicle here, the one that's out there now, is actually bobbing. Once his weight came off of it, it's moving around in the water. The 4 tires aren't touching the ground, so it's not stable. It's up against the rail. If we get any more rain, I imagine that one will go downstream.
What can you tell us about the occupants in the vehicle?
It was just one single occupant on his way to work, and it got caught in the water. Took a chance, drove across, and he shouldn't have driven across. Now, there were no barricades, so there's no ticket. I don't know why there were no barricades, except they were busy.
Well, we did see a lot of officials come this way. Now, are there other areas that people should watch out for throughout the city right now? Or?
Well, if you think about all the areas that we traditionally go to, people on their way to work, they know those places are going to be bad. What's compounding a lot of this, too, is the construction, because the drains are blocked. So water's ponding on the roads, coming over in the bar ditches, and then ended up